Are you ready to be part of a journey of inspiration and connection? Do you have a goosebump tingling tale that shook your world? Share your story here on Divinely Connected. I, your host and medium, Angela McClellan, know the power that our words and experience hold. By sharing our stories of intuition, connection, and synchronicity, it validates and allows others to trust in theirs. We have started a new series, Storytime Sunday, where I will be featuring and sharing your words and hope that they bring comfort and confidence to our listeners. If you have an experience you want to share, head over to angelamcclellan.com/share your story. Hi, it's Angela, and I have a story for you for this Storytime Sunday that was submitted by Leanne, and we're going to try our best to get through it without the shedding of the tears. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk to you about this. So let's get right into it. I hope that you're having a lovely day. I hope you're having a lovely morning. You have a nice little drinky drink to sip on while you're tuning in today. So Leanne writes, "It has been 8.5 months since I suddenly lost my mom, and her death was unexpected. We are waiting on an autopsy result, but it seems like it was a massive heart attack. My brother and I, along with my husband, did CPR on my mom, and the images won't leave my mind. The grief I'm feeling is unbearable at times. My mom was my best friend, shopping buddy, coffee buddy, etc. I am constantly looking and asking for signs. I know I'm getting them, but I keep second guessing myself. Last week, while I was crying and begging my mom to send me a sign, I got very specific. I didn't want to second guess myself. I asked my mom, please send me a rose, not a picture of one. I want a real one. I was attending a grief counseling session one day last week. My 16-year-old son, who just got his beginner's license, so he decided that he would come so he could drive. He waited in the car until my appointment was over. I had to go to the grocery store to pick up a few items. While driving to the superstore, my son was begging me to take him out for lunch. My plan was to go to the superstore, grab a few things, and go straight home. I relate, Mom. He told me he couldn't wait any longer, that he had to eat now, that he was starving. What a coincidence. McDonald's was right next door to that superstore. I was driving at this point because he didn't drive downtown Sydney yet, and I pulled into the superstar parking lot and drove to the McDonald's parking lot and entered the drive-thru. While I was slowly driving through the drive-thru, I noticed two men standing at the speaker where you place your order. They were collecting money for the Ronald McDonald House. I passed one of them a $5 bill. He asked me if I would like a rose. Oh my God. I instantly felt like crying. I had chills going through my body. He passed me a long stem flower. It actually wasn't a rose, but a carnation, but I felt it was close enough. Girl, that is close enough. Oh my gosh. Like just the chills that I have going through my body right now. And having such a recent loss and having such an unexpected loss, it really, makes for a very difficult grieving and healing experience, especially where you don't even have the answers right now. And the not knowing is way worse than knowing. And so all of this is really feeding into that doubt and really feeding into that second guessing yourself. So everything that you're experiencing is completely normal and anyone would be feeling the way that you're feeling. So let's validate your experience first and foremost, because a lot of the times in these situations, we feel very isolated. We feel very misunderstood. You can see how other people are getting their signs and symbols and feeling more confident in knowing that their loved ones are there, but there's so many more obstacles to your experience to get to that grieving point, to get to that healing point, right? And so we don't want to play down your experience because it all plays into feeling consistent or confident that your mom is okay and that she's with you. But let's break down to how crazy all of this had to happen for your mom to get you that flower, right? Like, amazing job, mama. She was pulling out all the stops. right? Because and I get it. I remember having my learners and wanting to drive everywheres, but, like, for him to be like, "Yeah, today's the day, and I'm willing to sit while you have that appointment." Like, you know what I mean? So the fact that he wanted to go, if he wasn't there, you would not have been at McDonald's that day, right? And so your son wanting to go, willing to sit and wait while you have your appointment, and then, you giving it because I mean, I feel like kids ask every day for some McDonald's money, and we can't say yes every day, but this day you were able to say yes, right? And so that you were there and that you were there at that McDonald's, because I have never seen anybody in the drive-throughs of any fast food restaurants where someone is raising physical money. Right? It's all kind of like, tap on this now. Do you want to round up your dollar? Do you want to add a dollar or two onto your bill? Right? And so to be able to have that experience is just uncommon these days. Right? And so not only were you exactly where you needed to be, but then this out of characteristic or this uncommon practice of physical money fundraising is happening just as you happen to be there in an unplanned decision. And they said, would you like a rose? Carnation or not, I don't care. They could have gave you a tissue paper rose and it would be counting. you know, but you specifically asked that you wanted a real life flower, and that is what you got. And that is absolutely the power of spirit and the power of your mother making sure that you know that she hears you and that she is okay. Okay. And that you will have the answers and the peace is going to come in. And I understand that there's frustrations around not being able to see her, because it's like I can almost hear you being like, I just need the dream. I just need the dream. I just need to see that she's okay. I just need it. And that will come. But not everybody gets the dreams. Spirit will communicate with you in the ways that you will receive them. And for me, who can communicate with departed loved ones for everyone else, right? I rarely dream of my own loved ones. And I can come in, leave a session of translating energy for my clients, and then go back to my life going, please leave me a dime. I really need a feather. Right. And so it is important for you to understand that spirit knows what it is that we need and how it is that we truly need to be communicated with. And this needed to be something that was so out of the norm that you cannot doubt it and you will not forget it. And when we think of and we break it down of how did you get there and everything that had to line you up to be in that drive-through at that moment, and for those men to be in that drive-through at that moment with fresh cut flowers, it just doesn't happen, And so this is one of those experiences that are going to stay with you for the rest of your life. And I am just so grateful, Leanne, that you shared it with us, because especially in moments in experiences like you need that loud sign. Right? And spirit is very clever and very creative with how they communicate. And you did exactly what I recommend. Set your sign, be like, this is really what I need. This is really what I need. And what I love, Leanne, is that you said, I felt like it was close enough. And that is listen, for your mom to line up what she did, like that is close enough, right? But those who are listening, the major takeaway here is, listen, don't discard it. How many times do we have these experiences and we're like, well, it's not exactly 100% perfect. Therefore, I'm going to choose not to. You have to have wiggle room. There has to be wiggle room. They are going above and beyond. They are creating something physical from the non physical. Like, cut them some slack. All right. And I get it, because our fear around believing in something that we cannot see and feeling foolish about it, it is something that I see quite often in what I do. And I remember in the beginning of my path being like, it's like people just put these hoops up and they want me to jump through the hoops. And I didn't understand it, but it's because of our own fear of looking stupid or our own fear of being foolish. Right. And so I love, Leanne, that you knew in your heart of hearts, like that is close enough. That is mom. There's no doubt in that, that this was her, that she went above and beyond to make sure that you knew that she was okay. Thanks so much for sharing that, Leanne. And if you have a story that you want to share here on Storytime Sunday, head over to my website at angemcclellan.com and submit your story today. Thank you for joining me on this journey of connection and love. As we conclude another episode, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you. To be able to do this work, it is a profound privilege for me. I have learned so much through my connections with you in spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your spiritual journey. And thank you for being a part of mine. Remember, the connections with your departed loved ones are timeless and eternal. May the messages shared here bring you comfort, healing, and a renewed sense of hope. I'll leave that with you. May you walk in the light of love and know that you are always divinely connected. I am Ange McClellan.